could instantly relate because he said he was in town for a wedding. And indeed, it is that season right now, with the lineup of weddings every weekend. And I find myself often while preaching at weddings and working with couples, preparing, talking about the nature of love and this transition from understanding love as kind of this amorphous sentiment or feeling to the fact that love is actually an act of the will. Love is action, it's not a feeling. And so we can understand this in relational terms between, let's take a husband and a wife. You can't claim to love your spouse and then utterly neglect them, do everything that infuriates them, but then say, but I love you. Love is to will the good of the other, to care, to put the other in front of yourself. Without these things present, that's not love. That's just an affection or some other feeling. Well, the same is true with our relationship with God. And sometimes we don't associate our relationship with God in the same kind of relational dynamics because we see God as abstract, God as something other. And this is understandable to an extent, and yet Jesus has revealed the love of God in very concrete relational terms. That is what we're hearing in the gospel day after day, is God is not just something other to be worshipped where we just throw an abstract notion up. We see this foreign way of worship even embodied in our first reading today. But instead, the love of God has been made incarnate. God is relational with us. And so, Jesus says to his disciples, whoever has my commandments and observes them is the one who loves me. How often do we claim to love God while completely ignoring his commandments? I violate everything God asks of me. Well, I don't know that I'm cool with that one. I don't know that I'm comfortable. I'm going to have to disagree with you there, God. But I love you. Does that work? Would that work with your spouse? In a much more simple way. Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one. No, I'm not going to do anything you say. No, but I do love you. If that doesn't work in a human relationship, how does that work with God? And so we're reminded that God has drawn close to us and that we have to see obedience to the commandments as intrinsic to that relationship, not just a box to be checked off. Not just, I refrain from sin because if I sin, I get in trouble. God might be mad at me. Again, that's not a dynamic of a healthy marriage either. But can I refrain from sin or disobedience to God out of love? I love you, Lord, so why would I do something that displeases you? Why would I ever want to give offense to you? I want what you want. I desire what you desire. This is a relationship of mature love. And so as we celebrate this Eucharist, this encounter with the profound love of God for us poured out, may we respond to him, not with just a cold obedience and fidelity to commandments, but a response of love to God, praying that our will may be aligned with his.